I'm Mackayla, and today we're welcoming the Inside Out to the Soundtrack of Our Lives podcast. So we're really glad to have you guys here.
Oh, thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Yeah, so if you want to introduce yourself so that our listeners can tell who's who when you're talking later on.
Yep. My name's James. I sing and play guitar in the group.
I'm Andy, and I play the drums.
I'm Zach. I play lead guitar and do some backing vocals here and there.
I'm John. I play bass and I sing sometimes.
Awesome. So you guys have a new single and music video, Good Times, coming out. What can you share about it?
We had a blast shooting the music video. We just did that a few days ago. The song is kind of about what's in the title of it, just having a good time with your friends and, just reflecting on those good times.
Easy enough.
Yeah, it's so straightforward. I had the idea of the song just from back when I was really young. I had some friends and they used to pick on me because I used to sarcastically after anything just be like good times or something like that. So years ago when I was writing the song, I had thought back on that and I was like, oh, that'd be a good tagline at the end of saying a phrase of lyrics and then actually ending it like that. So it's kind of fun to do that.
Yeah, it's a song that's been in our pocket for a while, so we're excited to finally get it recorded, get a cool video for it, and release it to the internet.
Way overdue.
Yeah, it's a fun song. It's dancey. It's, you'll have a good time listening to it.
So if you've had it for so long, what makes now the right time to release it?
It finally sounds like how I want it to sound over the past 5-6 years. I don't know.
Yeah, well,
go ahead.
I was gonna say our last album was a bit more heavy and dark and more emo music, not as much dancey. So we're writing a lot of dancey bops nowadays. So it fits well with our current sound trajectory.
Yeah, I wrote the song back in 2018, actually, and technically you can hear in the Don't Stop music video, which is an older song of ours from 2019, which had a different the older lineup of the band in it. But in that music video, in the very beginning of that music video, we actually used my original demo of Good Times in the beginning of that music video. It's actually kind of interesting, but after the song comes out, you can kind of hear it and be like, oh wow, that is that.
Little Easter egg.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's cool. Yeah, so if you are kind of changing or shifting what your sound is, what kind of led to that?
I'm not as sad anymore. Honestly, that's kind of the truth. The last record, like Andy said, was very emo. It was angrier, it was heavier.
It was also written during 2020 lockdown.
Yeah, it was written
had a lot of angst in there.
I say we're still kind of sticking to our sonic signature in a lot of ways, even though there's maybe a little less distortion, less kind of screaming. So we're just kind of trying to bridge the gap, and then especially next summer release during the summer, always a good thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's really cool that it's kind of changing based on, I guess, the timing that the whole world is in almost.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure everybody kind of felt that way during COVID. Nobody very much enjoyed that time.
Yeah, it was a weird time, that's for sure. Having nothing to do.
Good for writing,
kind of.
Just playing Animal Crossing all day.
I was stuck in my apartment with my now wife, but we were living next to the beach. So honestly, we kind of had nothing to do except hang out, go to the beach, and then I'd play music with these guys. And it was fun.
That sounds nice.
Honestly, take me back.
Yeah, so you have this new song called Good Times coming out. What would you guys say is a good time for you? What makes a time super fun?
Maybe we just each say something for this one, but for me, honestly, relaxing, hanging out with friends and being in the moment of whatever is going on. And then just not really overthinking what's happening, just literally enjoying the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for me, it's being around people that match your vibe, of silliness. The meme right now, where everyone's like, I need someone who matches my freak. That's kind of peak good times.
Say for me, just some fresh air, some sunshine, and then kind of reiteration of what you guys said, just surrounding yourself with, people that you're vibing with. Definitely outdoorsy.
Yeah, being socials. The best.
So genuine.
Eating and
Yeah, being
drinking
social.
things you're not supposed to as well. The
Yeah.
best.
This sounds like good times. I mean, I feel like, any time that you're with people that you like is generally a good time. So,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah. So then before this, you recently put out the single Too Late. Can you talk a little bit about what that process was like in putting that song out?
Yeah, Too Late was a really cool song. It's a little longer of a song. And it's not as straightforward dancey as like Good Times. But I really like the song for what it like says like lyrically. Just like not overthinking a situation or a place you're in and just literally getting out and just going. That's pretty much the general idea of that song.
Yeah. So what was the process like in kind of writing that song?
So John, me and Zach and Andy were at a rehearsal one night, and then Andy left rehearsal, and Zach and John and I still hung around and we started jamming on something. But
I was on drums, right?
yeah, sometimes we like play musical chairs, and John actually sat on the drums. I grabbed the bass. Zach was still playing guitar, and I started playing just this basic, chord progression, and kind of came up with the chorus idea of the Too Late to it while we were playing. And then we took that really small idea, and then the next rehearsal we got with Andy, and I kind of showed them what I took that little idea, brought it to acoustic guitar, and then showed them again, and we kind of kept going back and forth with it until we had the final mix, which was kind of cool. That was one of the songs we had a fun time writing all together.
Pretty seamless process. As I remember it. So.
Yeah, that song was really easy. It kind of just came together.
First song, I'm using the Ebo, this little fun device that vibrates your strings above your pickup and kind of makes like a cello noise. So glad we at least have one on our discography with that.
So how does writing that differ from other songs that you've written?
Honestly, as a group, as a group lately, a lot of the songs that are really good that we can really just, find ourselves with, like they're like, yes, this is our sound. This sounds great. Start with like a small little idea like that, that, maybe I'll take to acoustic guitar on my own and try to come up with some lyrics and vocal ideas to it, and then present those to the group. And then we kind of like
Build it together.
yeah, and then we build the rest of it together, like any transitional parts, any like instrumental jam type parts. Sometimes the song changes completely by the time we're done with it, but that's kind of the process. I'd say lately that's how we know like a song is good for our vibe, is if it just like sounds like how it should sound without any extra work to it.
Yeah. So how do you make sure that everyone kind of has a say in the song and that everybody feels they have an input into it?
I mean, I'd like to say I'm pretty fair with taking people's opinions and inputs when the songwriting happens. But sometimes I do put my foot down a little bit here and there on some of the things, but like I generally find that like I value all these guys' inputs when it comes to the song, and vice versa. I think we all value each other's input. So by the time like the song, like if we're not enjoying it playing it live, then we're probably not going to move forward with it as a song altogether.
Sometimes we'll kind of start with like a foundation, either James or I writing an idea, and then kind of knowing which parts might be more malleable, like a certain bass line or drum part, or even one of our own parts, and then just kind of take it from there. But we know that the foundation of the idea works to begin with. So
Yeah. How do you overcome any issues that arise during that process?
I mean, I guess the quick and easy, simple short of it is like, at the end of the day, like if I don't like how it sounds, then I'll probably make the decision for us. Whether it's a debate between Zach and John, me and Andy, Zach and Andy, me and Zach, whatever it is, like,
happens,
whatever that decision, disagreement or hiccup is in the songwriting process, like I'll usually just kind of be the deciding factor on that and be like, listen, we're gonna do it this way.
Yeah, lately we have been good about if someone comes
Yeah.
up with an idea and we're like, all right, like I'm not sure, but let's try it out. Like if
Mhm.
someone comes up with an idea, at least try it out once, maybe
Mhm.
2 or 3 times just to
Yep.
get the flow going. And then if we like it, then we like it. If we don't like it, we don't like it.
Mhm.
But to always try an
Yeah,
idea,
exactly.
at least once.
It's a
And-
justice, yeah.
and sometimes I'll come up with an idea and I'll be like, guys, let's try this. And then when I hear it, I'm like, never mind, I don't like that anymore. Or maybe John comes up with an idea. I'm like, oh, I'm not sure about that. But then we try it and we're like, oh, that's all actually sick. So
Mhm.
it's definitely just about being open-minded and just trying it.
I say Andy gets like the worst of it sometimes, especially live, because she's got all 3 of us like staring at her while she's sitting there with the drums, like trying to do her thing. And then John will be like, no, go taka taka taka. And then I'll be like, no, snare doo doo, snare doo doo. And then Zach will be like, no, can you actually come in on the 12th bar on the 4th measure and this and blah 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 blah. It's just like whatever. Like it's, and Andy's just like, what the fuck am I doing? So
We all grew up playing rock band drums, so that's why.
it's like you're hitting the red one at the wrong time.
How would you deal with that, Andy, and making sure that, you know, even that they are all saying what you should be doing, that your voice is also heard?
Like if they're all coming at me with ideas from like all directions all at once, I'll just be like, guys, like chill.
Let's test them all out.
At a certain point, I am the drummer, so if like a certain thing, like I'll definitely try everyone's ideas to the best of my ability, but if I either can't play that part well or I really don't think it works, I just gotta stay true to my inner drummer voice, because I'm just like, guys, like I know you guys all play guitar, but like I play the drums. But yeah, it's definitely just a lot of collaboration, figuring it out. Just each time it's a little different.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, there's like definitely times where like I play the drums as well, and John can play a little bit too, but definitely nowhere near the level Andy plays at. So like sometimes, very rarely, like if we're trying to explain something, like I might be able to sit down and show Andy what I'm trying to explain. John sometimes can show Andy what he's trying to explain.
I'm better at vocalizing.
Yeah, and then it ends up being like, well, Andy's like, here's the sticks, show me what you're trying to do, but then neither of us end up doing it right. So it ends up just being funny, and Andy's just like, listen, I'll come up with a part that
Yeah, a lot of the time it'll be like, I get the direction you're going, but I can think of, because I have like the drummer brain, and when I listen to music, I'm primarily focus on drums, so I can be like, oh, I could take influences from these things that remind me of what you're talking about and like meld them together into my own thing. But yeah, just feel like I've got the drummer brain that can like refine the ideas.
for shizzles.
Yeah. Speaking of like influences, what would you say are some of the main influences on the newer music that you're making?
Let's see. Let's all go down the line. We're like working on a song literally like tonight, and it's very MGMT like. But I'd say most of the stuff we're going for with the newer record is very like Killers, Modest Mouse, Two Door Cinema Club,
Mhm.
that kind of like.
I hear a little Death Cabinet too. A little bit.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, I guess some Death Cab. I don't know. All right. If you guys hear something different,
Little Stroke C, a big inspiration for us too.
yeah, we got some tunes like that, I guess. Yeah. There's still 1 or 2 tunes in there that slide in that are a little like heavier. Like we have this one song on the upcoming record called Always Raining on Your Day Off. And that one's very just like bluesy but heavy. It like obviously like sometimes reminds me of Muse, sometimes reminds me of like I'm trying to think of another band that sounds like, I can't really think of one off the top of my head.
Then we've got one song that kind of reminds me of Silver Sun Pickups. I don't know, a bunch of different influences, I guess.
Those are some good influences. What has this creation of, I believe you have a new album coming out later this year. What has that process been like?
I mean, the album's called Road Trip. it's gonna hopefully come out in the fall. We're probably gonna finalize which songs are gonna be on it within the next couple months.
Mhm.
But I mean, singles like, I want to say singles like Mr. Arrogant and Too Late, those are going to be on it. But we are going to release a couple singles that might not be on it. That are just, we're kind of playing the singles game and just trying to release more music frequently.
Mhm.
Some songs might be on it, some songs might just be brand new songs on the record. I guess we'll kind of play that by ear and see.
We got a lot we're working on.
Yeah, there's like 20 ideas, so
We're cooking.
we're trying to figure out which ones are going to be on the record, which ones are going to just be singles, I guess.
Yeah, how do you work through figuring out which you're putting on and which you're just going to release as singles?
I've always been a big fan of like concept records and records that have a really cohesive sound to them. And realistically, that's going to be my deciding factor, is like listening to 10 songs with my, eyes closed for the most part, just listening to it back to back. And if all of them fit on it, cool. If one of them stands out, I'll know right away.
Mhm.
But I don't think like every song on a record should have the same exact sound, but it should have the same, direction. Yeah,
Feel or message or
exactly.
the tethering factor.
Have you figured out what you want this feel to be or this concept to be for this album yet?
Not being stuck, getting out of a situation or your place of like, stasis, and just enjoying life and every moment of it. That's probably the vibe of it. So
I like it. It's
uh,
important.
Yeah.
Are you guys gonna do you have any plans for any live shows after you release the record or anything like that?
I don't think we've talked about another tour this year. I think what we're trying to do this year is probably more weekenders and just like playing a lot of out of state shows, but also like more frequently versus like a lot of shows all together. If that
Mhm.
makes sense.
That does, yeah. What do you guys have any post or pre-show rituals?
Um,
Mhm.
I'm trying to
Good
think.
question.
Ooh,
Make sure my hands aren't sticky so I can hit notes.
um,
2 beers.
Drink
Yeah.
a Red Bull.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, pre-show, run around like a chicken with its head cut off. I don't know. Post-show, I feel like we always have a good time having a drink or something though, and hanging out, watching the other bands play if we're not the headliner. Pre-show, same thing, to be honest. Like we're mainly there watching the show, like whoever's like playing with us.
Gotta support.
Yeah.
It's always important to support other bands.
For sure.
Do you guys have any like specific things that you do when you're prepping for shows?
Yeah, we make sure we have enough merch for the show. We print out a set list. Usually Zach, me, and John will make sure we have either fresh strings, all our cables and stuff on our pedal boards are all good to go. Is that kind of what you meant, like technical? Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure Andy does the same thing with drumsticks, and making sure she's got enough rest before the show, because drums are a full body workout. Yeah, I mean, I try to stay hydrated as a singer. I try to make sure I don't have any, syrupy drinks or anything, or any food that makes me feel like, super bloated or anything like that the day of the show. That way, when we're playing, I can really just enjoy myself on stage, because singing's also kind of like a full body workout sometimes, even though you don't realize it.
And it's also important to enjoy yourself.
It's true.
Important to have a good time.
Yeah. What can fans expect if they come to see you guys live?
Music.
Yeah, music.
Dancey vibes.
Loud, live, indie rock music.
Authenticity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dancing in the front of the stage, me making really, really terrible jokes.
A lot of the songs, when we play them live, they sound very similar to the recorded versions. I think we're pretty good about
Yeah.
just staying true to how it actually sounds in the recording.
Yeah.
So you mentioned terrible jokes. What is the worst one that you've shared?
Probably when I went, "Hey Zach, tell a joke," and he wasn't even near the microphone.
Yeah, that was the joke.
And that was the joke.
You set them up to bomb.
So much of- and then I turned around and he was actually like frantically looking for another guitar because apparently he broke a
Oh,
string,
yeah.
and I just didn't even realize it, which was funny.
That happens.
Yeah, that was a bad joke. There was no joke.
Do you guys have one that you prefer that he does, or any jokes that you like that he tells?
We don't have any like pre-prepared jokes that like
Yeah.
are said often.
Always off the cuff.
Yeah,
I,
it was
I
pretty
try to
in the
avoid that,
moment.
to be honest. Hence why I was like, "Hey Zach, tell a joke." Honestly, usually I just like, if I talk in the microphone, I'm usually just saying thank you to people for coming out, shouting out the other bands that were playing. Maybe I'm shouting out the bar or venue we're playing at. Maybe rallying up the crowd to dance or something like that. But pretty straightforward stuff. I usually don't tell any jokes, but maybe I'll tell a little story or something sometimes, but not often.
Do you guys have a favorite or like a more memorable show that you've played?
Ooh, there's been a lot. Maybe we each say one, and if they overlap, that's okay. John, why don't you start? You've been quiet.
My favorite was probably we played the Launch Festival in what year was this?
Right, you
22.
didn't mention what happened yet.
I broke my leg the night before, and I played the show.
You didn't break your leg.
I technically did.
You broke your foot.
The bone in my ankle. I broke
Yeah,
it.
whatever.
So,
Yeah, it was
but,
funny.
Yeah, Andy bought me a splint, and I wore it, and I somehow stood on the stage and played the show.
That is memorable.
Yeah, that's one.
Here's the one that comes to mind. It was Grape Room, which I believe is now defunct, unless
Yeah,
that was out
closed.
in
Yeah.
Philadelphia. So I hope like some other worthwhile venue kind of takes its spot because it's just real cool area there. Just the vibe was great between fans, the other bands, even just like the stage itself. A lot of cool lighting designs, and that was we ended our tour with that one too. So it was kind of like it's just a great cathartic final show.
Yeah, good crowd though.
Yeah, it was packed.
I'm trying to remember the name of it. What's the venue we go to in New York City that we've gone to a few times?
New York City.
Yeah, in the big.
Oh yeah.
Bowery.
Yeah. I'll follow John's lead and say that I broke my toe one day before we played the Bowery Electric for the first time. And it ended up being an amazing show, but I had to take a lot of like ibuprofen to make it through that show. But the crowd was really energetic and it was awesome. So I'm really glad that I was able to make it through. Because I broke my toe on my kick foot as well.
Oh,
So that was fun.
We get hurt a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I think with this lineup, there's been so many memorable shows, but right now, I would say the most memorable one for me, because the song's coming out, is we played our first show together with this lineup right when COVID restrictions started letting loose in like 2021 in June, I want to say.
It's like June 9th.
Yeah, it was like something like
I
he's
forgot.
got the whole date down. But we played at this underground venue in Connecticut called Crunch House that my friend was running the shows at now. And yeah, it was just a blast. And I think on our highlights on our Instagram, you could actually see a video of us playing Good Times actually. And the whole entire room, everybody's just dancing and literally having a blast, finally free from COVID restrictions. And it was cool. It was like our first time playing a show with this lineup together. And also like everybody was literally just having a great time.
they have a good time, you mean?
A good time. It was not great. It was only good.
Do you guys have specific types of venues that you prefer to play?
Actual venues.
The ones that
Yeah, we've played some places that are interesting.
I like the, outdoor shows, honestly. We've only played a few of them, but I'm looking forward to more, especially this summer.
Mhm.
And then also just any place that has a stage that you're not like tripping on other people, or, it's fun to move around,
Yeah, where I don't have to be sideways.
Yeah.
Looking at the wall.
Do you have any like memorable fan interactions that have happened at different shows?
Yes. Maybe we each have different ones.
I have one.
Okay.
We played in Richmond, Virginia, right? Richmond,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, we played
Yeah.
Wiseman, yeah.
And
The
somebody,
basement?
yeah, somebody showed up and like sat in the back, and they knew like all the words to all our songs. So I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah,
Considering
that's
we'd
a
never
nice
been there
surprise.
before.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. I know for me, I'd say I think the most recent show we just played, actually, we had a fan come up to me and she was asking me about the lyrics in our song Too Late. And I just thought that was really awesome that somebody actually was paying attention to lyrics and asking me questions while I'm trying to pack my gear up and stuff. And it was just really like heartwarming. And I was just like, oh, that's awesome. This person actually gives a crap about what I'm writing about.
For me, I guess this was actually an outdoor concert upstate New York. I think they stopped at Gem, right?
Oh yeah.
No
Well, they're
longer
not doing
there.
it. They're not doing it for now. It's on
For
a,
now.
It's on a
Okay.
hiatus.
Well, that's good. I didn't know that. Yeah, it was the first time that someone walked right up to me and it's like, I want a picture and a signature on a poster.
Oh, yeah.
I was touched that
That's
she really enjoyed us and loved my plans. So that was made me happy.
I guess if I have to say one,
you don't have to.
well, I thought of something. We played a show recently where once we were done, someone came up to me and was like, yo, like, I'm so glad to see like a woman like up on stage with all these guys and just making it more diverse. And she was really hyped that I was like up there, and that meant a lot to me. That was cool.
Oh, that's awesome. Those are also all really good interactions. You talked about the person at the back who knew all the lyrics. Was that the first time that somebody has known all the lyrics, or that you remember somebody knowing all of them?
That I recall, yeah. She was like singing by herself, and I think she was by herself, but she was like, she wasn't like losing her mind like all the other people, but she was like just like singing to herself like all the words, and I was like, oh, that's really cool. It's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. I feel like I can remember like maybe I see when like people are singing along, and so is John too, but like there's a good amount of people that like will know some of the words to the songs. I know when we came out with the song Figure Me Out, it's like a heavier song. We played a Halloween show and there was a lot of people at that show, and there was a mosh pit, and like a lot of the people in front I could see were like shouting the words at me, and that was cool. But we don't play a lot of heavier songs now, so it is nice to just hear people singing the songs too. That as well.
And not screaming them at you.
Well, I thought that was awesome. I was like, then they came up to me afterwards and were like, I love that song so much. I was like, I can tell.
So you said in the fall you're going to put out this new music. What is something that you hope the fans will take away from it?
I honestly hope that anyone who likes our music and is listening, like just finds like one or two songs on the record. I mean, if they like all the songs, it's even better, but one or two songs that honestly becomes one of their favorite songs. We're going to be putting out some of our best music we've written, and I think that people are going to really dig it. And if we get another few people, like John said, singing along to our songs, like that just means everything to us. So I think that's what I hope people take from it.
I love when just organic promotion happens and people genuinely love a song, and then they not only add it to like a playlist, maybe one that they use for long drives or just chilling at a beach or something, but the word of mouth just happens just super naturally. And we've all witnessed that happen a few times, and I think we're just going to continue to see a little bit more of that in this new album.
As a band of 4 people, how do you make sure that you don't get into arguments and that everything kind of stays civil between all of you?
We scream into pillows.
We, I mean, I usually tell this to anybody I'm mentoring, at the studio Zach and I own and everything, interns too, is communication's key. Any band Zach and I ever record, I always tell them the same thing as well. And we're firm, practice. We're firm people. Yeah, I'm tripping over my words, but we practice that as well. Yeah, we practice what we preach. Thank you. Like communication's key. If we have an issue before we, have rehearsal or record or whatever, we sit down, we talk about whatever is going on in our minds or anything like that, and we make sure we're all on the same page all the time. If somebody's not having fun, if somebody's stressed or in a spot, whatever, then all of us are in that spot together for the most part.
Advice would you give to bands that are kind of struggling with communication?
Don't be afraid to say what's on your mind. Because if you bottle stuff up, then things are only going to get messier. Like have those sit downs and those meetings, do things in person. Don't just do things over text. Things can get misconstrued. That's what the advice I'd give. It's like speak your mind and be open to somebody else's opinion too.
Criticism has to be constructive.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you got to be aware of how you're saying things too sometimes.
Have a helpful goal in mind.
Yeah. I'd say another thing too is I guess this is more on the songwriting front, but like John and Zach just said, is if you have an idea for something somebody else is doing and you don't like what they're doing, back up why you don't like what they're doing with a solution. Don't just be blanket, I hate it, I don't like it, I don't know why, but I don't like it. That's just going to put everybody kind of in a frozen position of okay, well, what do you not like about it? It's I guess that's that kind of goes with everything, but mainly songwriting, I guess.
Andy, what advice do you have for other females who are the minority in their bands?
Ooh, don't let the boys push you around. But yeah, I guess for real, just keep in mind that your opinions are super important, super valid, and they matter as much as anyone else's in the band. Yeah, I don't know.
Put you on the spot there.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of something else to say, but it's not something I think about often. So
I don't let us push you around.
Yeah.
Unless we're in a mosh pit.
Yeah, that is good advice, to not be pushed around for anybody.
Yeah.
Because everybody's opinion does matter.
Yeah.
How do you make sure that everybody kind of has equal input into how things are kind of progressing with your music?
Yeah.
Well, I think the answer is similar to what you were just talking about for the other question, which is communication.
Right.
Just talking about everyone's goals and expectations and getting on the same page.
Yeah, for sure. 4 shows.
So you've kind of mentioned that, word of mouth with music. Have you kind of seen that happen with some of your songs? It's gotten passed around by word of mouth?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think we're still growing as a band. So I'd like to see more of it, but absolutely. We even had somebody post on Instagram out of nowhere yesterday, which was really cool. Their artwork, and then they had our song playing in the background, and they actually shout out Zach on guitar, which was kind of cool. It was funny because the part on the song that they posted was actually me playing guitar.
But it was a lead part.
But it was cool. It was cool nonetheless. It was funny.
Before I ask the last question, was there anything else that you guys wanted to mention or talk about?
I mean, Good Times comes out on June 28th, and we have some new merch for the shirt that we came out. We've got a really other cool shirt design that John made. Yeah, I mean, give it a pre-save. Please follow us on YouTube so you can watch the music video when it drops. It's going to come out the same exact day the song comes out. So it should be really fun.
I was just gonna say pre-save Good Times.
Pre-save. Follow us on TikTok.
So the last question is, what is the soundtrack of your life?
John Cage 433. Because you could play any type of music over it and it won't clash, you know.
What is that?
It's just 4 minutes and 33 seconds of silent orchestra. They're all just sitting there doing nothing.
All right.
I like that.
For me, it's probably anything by Blink-182, I guess.
You gotta give an actual song.
Oh,
Pick
But
one song.
it's his life. He can do what he wants for his soundtrack.
soundtrack songs,
Oh, good point.
right?
Okay, fair enough. All right, well, that changes my answer
Yeah, that's a shame. We're 33 on repeat.
then.
I think mine would be the album Young and the Hopeless by Good Charlotte. I answer this album for a lot of different song related questions just because it's the album that started my love for music and still holds up for me today. It's just one of those songs I can always fall back to with my best friend from elementary school, and we can jam out to it. And it's just a song that's stayed constant in my life, or an album that has stayed constant in my life.
For me, mine was probably literally the soundtrack from the show The OC. Like all 4 seasons of it. It was like the perfect soundtrack of music, and all of my music influences stem from that soundtrack. So that probably answers the question.
Yeah, it does.
I was gonna pick one song, and then John opened up the whole.
I took it.
Yeah, I like that though.
You change the rules.
Yeah.
I mean, there are no rules, but
Yeah.
yeah. So for our listeners who want to stay up to date on you guys, where can they find you?
Instagram, TikTok, those are the ones we're posting a lot on. I'd say Instagram we're the most present on right now, but we also have a link tree. It's just linktree/the inside out. Any of our links, announcements are on there. Any really important announcements like new songs or shows you can actually find on our label's website as well, blackbearrecords.co. I don't think I missed anything, but God forbid I did. You'll probably find it on Instagram anyway.
Stalk us.
Hey, well, thank you guys so much for coming and talking to me tonight.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
Thanks
so
for
much.
having us.